Hello, and welcome back to Any Topic Tango. I'm your host, Joe, and today we have a very interesting topic. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Let's talk about it. But first, let's talk about something else. Congratulations to Canada for making it to the round of 16. It was a hard-fought battle. Unfortunately, we lost 3-0 to Morocco. But it just proves Canada can do it if we put our minds to it. Now, on to the other topic. I would like to talk about another famous, another player, I guess, for Team Norway. Erling Haaland. Wow. What a guy. This guy is coming up to be one of the greatest, I think. It's going to be interesting to watch his career as it develops even more. He wasn't really recognizable to me when he started the World Cup, but now I'm actively paying attention to his career, and I'm kind of torn now because Norway is going to be playing England, and I'm rooting for England, but if Norway wins, that's okay too, because I like Erling Haaland. Very interesting character, him. Yeah. So, back to the main topic. Is a hot dog a sandwich? So, when you look at the core base of a hot dog, and no, I didn't just bring food to this podcast so that I could have lunch at the same time. Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who's going to judge me? But anyways, when you look at a hot dog, I don't know, it's weird because if you define a sandwich, it's meat and 2 pieces of bread. Or anything in 2 pieces of bread if you're a vegetarian, whatever, right? But this is what... The only difference between a sandwich and a hot dog is the orientation, I think. A sandwich, when you have a sandwich, you have it like that. When you have a hot dog, you hold it like this. Right? So, I don't know. You be the judge. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Speaking other than the hot dog, the condiments. The condiments. Do you keep your condiments in the fridge? I know some people do, some people don't. I don't know how you feel about it. I know in my household, we keep our condiments in the fridge. And yeah, that's just the way that works. So, yeah, you be the judge of that. Do you keep your condiments in the fridge? And what condiments do you feel should be on a hot dog? Like for me, I'm a pretty classic guy. I just like my ketchup, my mustard, that's it. And if I get it from 7-Eleven, I like to put that cheese sauce on it because that cheese sauce is pretty good. So, but this has been a widely debated thing for a long time. Is a hot dog a sandwich? And I think there's a few interesting arguments. One is when you have a sandwich, you can cut it in half. But with a hot dog, you can't really do that. You don't really cut it in half because it kind of ruins the integrity of the hot dog. That wasn't until I went to Subway a while ago because Subway now has that. And get this, Subway sandwiches. They have a hot dog now. They call it the Sub Dog. And it's actually pretty good. I recommend people try it. Try it at least once so you've tried it. It wouldn't be my primary order. But yeah, the Sub Dog was very interesting. And they did it in collaboration with the Toronto Blue Jays. So that's kind of cool. So everything at Subway right now is all Toronto Blue Jays. But yeah, so a sub or a hot dog, you really don't cut it in half because I feel like it kind of ruins the integrity of the hot dog. Like when you have your sandwich, you cut it in half. You have a Clubhouse, that's a sandwich, you cut it in half. You have Denver's, you can cut them in half. There's a lot of other sandwiches that you cut in half. Burgers. Are burger sandwiches? That's another question. Could you actually say a burger is just a sandwich? Because technically, if we're going by the premise that you can cross-section a sandwich in half, you can actually cross-section a burger in half. And in fact, if you look at all these YouTubers and stuff, that do the burger reviews and stuff like that, they're always cutting it in half like a sandwich, right? Because that's basically what it is. It's a sandwich. So I don't know. I'll leave that up to speculation. The other thing is, I'm thinking too, your condiment ratio. Do you like more ketchup? Do you like more mustard if you use it? Do you prefer just barbecued hot dogs? Do you prefer just a plain Jane hot dog with nothing on it? Like there's lots of various ways you could have it. Do you like the cheese sauce all the time? Is that something, that works for you? But when it comes to me, like I just like ketchup, mustard, and that's it. And mustard always has to overpower the ketchup. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. I like the taste of the mustard. It's not that I dislike ketchup, but I do like my mustard. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious about that. But now I want to go back to soccer for a bit. I want to put my 2 cents in on this whole red card thing for Bulligan. Anyways, the U.S. ended up getting their asses fucking kicked by Belgium 4-1. So that proves even with their best player, they still couldn't beat Belgium. Go Belgium, right? But I disagree with the decision that was made to reverse the red card. I really don't think that's not how it's supposed to be. Like a red card offense, you're out for the next game. Like that's just how it works. So yeah. And to make matters worse, the president got involved. Donald Trump actively phoned into FIFA and said, hey, can we get this red card removed or reviewed? Removed, to be honest, it's looking the exact same to me right now. I am glad the U.S. lost. I would be embarrassed if I was a U.S. soccer player right now. I wouldn't want to play that game. But to be honest, like that's just my opinion. Other people's might differ, and people might argue with me on my opinion, which is okay. Go ahead. That's why we have these spirited discussions so that everyone can tell me I'm wrong. So that happened. Like I was a little disappointed when they announced the decision Sunday night, right before the game. And then the game happened and US lost 4-1. So, yeah. But on to Canada's last game. I want to talk a little bit about Canada's last game against Morocco. We fought. We just didn't cut it in the end. Was a 3-0 loss. And we tried. That whole game we tried. We just couldn't come up with anything good to do it. The only part that really disappoints me is Alphonso Davies wasn't on the field. And that bothered me. He should have been on the field. I don't know how he was feeling because I know he was having some issues. But yeah. But yeah. Let me know what you think about the hot dog. So, like, do you think it's a sandwich? I don't know. Like, there's arguments on both ends of it. Like, you could say it's not a sandwich because a sandwich has slices of meat, whereas a hot dog is a round stick of meat. I don't know. Like, it's really interesting when you think about it. But this is why we have conversation. So, but in the end of it, yeah. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know. Let me know.